I'm not going to deliver that particular in very detailed technical things. Rather, I would like to present here in a better terms, terminologies, and little graphs and diagrams. So, research to revenue. And I will be presenting some cases of Nepali market, engineering sector, how it has been going through from the communication business perspective, communication engineering perspective. Okay. We all have been listening since morning, AI, and that AI is disrupting everywhere. Yes, of course, disruption, now everywhere. Disruption everywhere. You can just name it, which particular field, which particular job, which particular technology, they has been experiencing some disruptions. And it is, at the end I will show you something, it is inevitable. Whoever, whether they like it or not, but it has to happen. Next one. Many of us already have seen this sort of thing, probably many times. But people might have quoted this one in different way. Some people might have written something, some other has shared by in another context. But I would like to show you that in 2009, for a film shooting, it was required a helicopter if it's a big movie, money-making movie. It required a helicopter pilot to fly that helicopter, and then again another one, photographer, videographer. They were thinking they will make with big budget, and to earn more money they have to do this sort of more work, lot of investment, ज़्यादा पैसा खर्चा करके ये हायर करना चाहिए उनको. Probably I may not be having very good Hindi, but still I'm trying, as my colleagues told me that, yeah, I can talk in a dual language, so that's why. But in 2019, drone has completely replaced their job. Some people might feel very sorry. You know, 2 people have left with the job, no job for them, because drone has acquired. People will be using this drone technology instead of these 2. उनको ले आने में बड़े पैसा चाहिए. Rather, now they will work with the drone technology. So what do you think? Next one. Similarly, probably our senior colleagues might be knowing, when we were kids, when we were at your stage, at that time, we used to see the newsboys in every road crossing. In the evening time, they used to sell those newspapers, printed in paper. But nowadays, it's online newspaper. Not much printed paper. Probably my colleague, my same age faculty member know that we used to teach with a news vendor model, that is for the logistics. Any company, retail industry or manufacturing company they have to have something in inventory. Inventory समझते हैं? What do you mean by inventory? Imagine you are building EV cars. आपने EV कार बनाने वाला कोई फैक्ट्री सेटअप किया, तो यू नीड मल्टीपल डेज के लिए एक पर्टिकुलर कार बनाने के लिए व्हाट आर द थिंग्स दैट यू नीड रिक्वायर, दोज पार्ट्स यू हैव टू कीप इट. एंड द प्रॉब्लम विद देम इज दे हैव टू कीप फॉर हाउ मेनी डेज, बिकॉज इट रिक्वायर्स सम इन्वेस्टमेंट. पैसे चाहिए बहुत ज़्यादा, वो टाइड अप होके रहता है, यू कांट स्पेंड इट. बैंक से लोन दिया, कोई भी हो, you have to invest that money, but it keeps on tying up there. It's just sitting idle. But again, it provides the opportunity also. If you build the car already, then you have the opportunity to sell it with some additional profit. But the question is, how many number of those parts should be kept at your hand so that you can deliver for those ordering customers? How quick you will be delivering? And that model starts with the name that news vendor model, that we used to relate with this particular, the first photograph. But nowadays, probably, we don't see this sort of thing happening in the street. So if you'd like to give the analogy of this one, probably it might not be relevant. Next one. So as a communication, for an engineering perspective, there are two components. One is the telecom operators, like you have here Airtel and Jio and others, you know, like these companies, the big companies. And then your device in your hand. So these two makes the complete communication happening. In the past days, these telecom operators, whoever has owned these telco companies or the owner of these telecom companies, they used to be the big shots. Next one. So the telecom operators, the investors for telecom company used to be the big shot, billionaires. But nowadays, it seems that their golden days has already gone. अलिक चाँडो भयो जस्तो पछाडिको जाउँ त पहिलेकैमा. Yeah, in my particular, in Nepal case, in last 6 years, the telecom operators' revenue was decreased by 6%, 25%, 1/4. पिछले 6 साल में उनका प्रॉफिट, उनका रेवेन्यू घटता चला गया, बहुत ही ज़्यादा. Now, even the government is worrying because government collects tax. I don't know, I haven't done much research on hair tariff, but in our country it's something like more than 60% tax on whatever we make a call for 1 rupee. 1 rupee call, but the 60 paisa for government. Only 40 paisa they work for other companies. And and license fees also. It's a hefty money, big money for the government. But the company is now bleeding. Telco companies are running in deficit. They are not having that much revenue. Next one. But now my question is, everyone would like to use that bandwidth, huge bandwidth. It's increasing. We would like to use more bandwidth, right? And you know, this figure says we all have now more social media responsibilities than family and others. It is being forced us to be with our device. Means we are all time using internet or Wi-Fi, whatever you name it, right? By this trend, it should be, they might be gaining more money. Revenue should have been increased, but it's not the case. Still losses. Why? Next one. Similarly, in the past days, we used to get, whenever we see the photo of that right side, you know, like to indicate the person is in bank, professional banking personnel, let's say. They have this sort of nice dressings and as well as money, couple of years back. Now, no more money because of online banking and those things. We do not carry that much money, cash money in our hand. Rather, we will be using, I don't know now what should be, by seeing a photograph, how can we judge whether that particular person works in a bank or not? We have no idea. What sort of picture will make us think that that is, the person is from banking, financial and insurance sector. They name it as BFI sector. So there are also massive job cuts because of online banking, and they name it as robotic process automation, RPA. Means most of the things, if it is like, let's say, if someone is opening the new bank account, what are the processes has to be done? That is repeated from customer 1 to customer 2, customer 3, customer 1 million, right? So those repeated jobs are already cut by, they name it as robotic process automation, RPA. And that is nothing but the software automation of those processes. Then again, the AI-powered service delivery. They have come up with other service options which were not in the past days. So they are making like this. By this all, there is the problem, job cuts in banking sector. Next. Now again, I would like to consider, let's say, a news editor job. The people who are working on news making, media, they term it as mass communication. So various roles of them are news classification, news header generation, summary generation, fake news, detection, identification and removal. These are some of their roles. But there also again many job cuts. It seems to be there are lot of work, but still job cuts. Once renowned newspaper editor, nowadays running either YouTube channel or some podcast channels. So as we started, disruption is happening everywhere. So there are the technology as well as market. These are the two things. Technology mostly talk about the research and innovation things. It happens with research and innovation. But in market, the people who will consume it, the technology that we have designed or developed or produced, they will consume it. So for them, the company who does this product manufacturing or service bundling or selling, whatever, they have to get the revenue business. So the revenue business is the market side and the technology side. So always there are, you know, which one versus which. So the technology versus market case, probably you people haven't studied that much. There used to be satellite communication system. How many of you are from computer engineering, electronics background? Raise your hands. Okay, thank you. You might have already studied basic communication system. So the satellite communication system, it's way more than 50 years back technology. That was the superb technology at the time. From the tech spec point of view, it was superb technology. But this GSM right now, which you have in your hand, the device, that runs with this GSM technology. That came just only, it's a little more than 30 years. But this is prevalent now, but not that satellite comm. So this was the case that only if you have the technology, the better one, and you will sustain in market, that's wrong. It is not going to happen. People will not love, oh, just because of this is, oh, hi-fi technology. Come on, no. They have to find out the exact use. They have to, they will be calculating how much the investment that I have made versus what's the use. So this is what, again, engineering's perspective. Next one. So talking about, again, you have the device. That is, again, I don't know how many of you have seen it. My age colleagues might have seen, we have seen this analog phone, then digital phone, then cordless phone, and then cell phone, basically feature phone, with this keypad, and then the last one is the smartphone. So basically, this user device also has got the transformation. Next one. So this plane, the first generation of the phone, is added with some additional layers, and that transformed this to a smartphone. Of course, there are other things also. Once we used to study a particular device as a supercomputer. These days, these mobile phones, smartphones are way higher spec than the very first supercomputer. Yeah, technology-wise, there are other things also, but still, if you draw the logical figure, this is what the exact thing. So we have some additional layers on this particular old phone, the first version of phone. So the more business already on these additional layers. Those telcos and others were sleeping. They have very good time and they will be having business. Come on. The business has already shifted onto these additional layers. So the challenge is this one. Next one. So again, news editor jobs that we have discussed. Most of the roles by AI-powered system services. Whatever the list that we have provided, what were the roles of these news, mass communication working people? These jobs are already by AI-powered system. The first reason is that one, and the second reason is most people prefer to listen than to read. Because reading requires you have to be sort of immobile, and then you have less feature. So anytime, anywhere possibility, obsolescence from the all dependencies except device and internet connect, and then multitasking, listen versus read. While driving or walking also you can do that. So by that, the technology, this one particular is providing these many features, so why other peoples will be doing that? Next one. So these are some of the researches like you people have done with me in past. So there we have done these mass communication journalism related people, what they have done, some research glimpse. You will be doing in your final year later stage. Okay, next one. So another one interesting example I would like to show you. What do you think? Political campaigning for general election, is it communication or not? What do you think? ये इलेक्शन होता है ना, इलेक्शन साहब आके बहुत इंस्पायर किए हम सबको. So they have to do some communication with people, right? So do you think this is also communication or not? Next one. So they have to do this. In the past it used to be wall painting, printed, pamphlet, posters. They have to produce their parties, manifesto, those many things, right? They have to preach for themselves to win the election so that they can go into the mass people. Next one. In our country, in the last general election, it was banned completely. Whoever is running for election, they are not allowed to do any paper printing, wall painting, nothing. So what they will be doing? Next one. So they opted for going into Facebook and other social media. Next one. So there are little bit of statistics I am showing here. In our country, it's almost like half of the people are using Facebook. It is little bit of 2 years, 3 years back. So messengers, these many people. So these numbers are, people are hooked with Facebook and those social media. So with less than $100, the advertisement, because they are not allowed to do pamphlet postering, but they opted this choice and they have these options. Okay, next. So a well-targeted ad on Facebook has the potential to reach millions of users without much effort or money being spent. And this is one of our government person, he was saying, using Facebook, there are few statistics, next. Towards this, if only 15% of the tax was levied in income earned from the boosted post, these online social media posts, from Nepal, over 9 billion would have been collected. So the tax money, it would have been collected. As per the expenditure, 9 billion rupees have been collected, but it was not happened. So our government was feeling that we are somehow cheated or not proper, you know. So they are not getting those revenues. Next one. Again, one of my students has done this political profiling using again AI, this LLM things. So these are some of the data. So they were able to find it out. Whoever has posted in Twitter, Facebook, those materials, whether this particular writing is, whether this particular writing is falls onto that particular party or not. This particular posting is from the public view or the political party personnel. Just by analyzing that particular posting on social media, our research was able to find it out what sort of posting is this. So again, BFI sector thing, most people prefer to listen, as I have already told. Now, we are almost last. So there is one small company, like you, maybe 2-3 years senior. They have found out banking sector, the jobs are being cut. But they found out AI-powered personalized communication system for customized BFI sectoral customer care services. Because customer care has to do this for loan recovery, EMI reminder, complaint registration, those all things. So they have brilliantly made AI boosted, AI powered, automated voice system in Nepali language. And today they are able to keep 180 staffs for doing this particular development and those things. So you can think of. Next one. So again, this AI classical definition. Next. Next. Sorry. Again, there was, I think it's not working. So more businesses to be on this additional layer. What I mean to say is this particular, I think it's a refreshing problem. So when we used to study AI timeline there, it was defined as an understanding spoken natural language. That was one of the motive. And then, next one. Yeah, we don't have good algorithms for solving this. So many years it was thought that, you know, when we talk, two people talk, that one from the computer comprehension, it was difficult task. So we need to seek answers of all questions regarding this political campaigning. What, why, and when? What is data and content? Why insights? And how algorithms and methods? Yes, we all need to find it out. Next. Now, hold on just 1 minute. Smartphones are going to be obsolete in few years. I'm not saying this. These are the people are saying. Within few years, smartphones will be obsolete. Like Bill Gates is working on electronic tattoos. So we will be having some tattoo, and that will work even better than your smartphone that you are having right now in your pocket. So these many people are making this smartphone obsolete. Next. So disruptions will be even more what we have right now. So it's your choice whether you consider it as disruption in negative connotation versus the transformation. As you see this fly, how it emerges. Thank you very much. This much I have to say.
Thank you very much, sir. I again request a huge round of applause for our esteemed guest. Okay. We have esteemed dignitaries among us. We have Dr. Aparajita Ojha from IIIT DM, Jabalpur. I request Principal of SRIST, Samir Vaidya sir, to please felicitate her with floral welcome. A huge round of applause, everybody. We also have Dr. Preeti Khanna ma'am from IIIT DM. I request Principal of SRGI, Dr. Avnish Gaur sir, to please felicitate her with floral welcome. A huge round of applause. Dr. Aparajita Ojha ma'am is from IIIT DM. She's a professor of computer science and technology at PM IIIT DM Jabalpur and has more than 37 years of experience. She was also the director of the same institute from February 2009 to February 2015. She has research interests including machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision. She also has delivered lectures in a number of universities on different areas including blockchain technology, machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision. Presently, she's heading a pilot project of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology with the Government of India to impart training to college teachers on emerging technologies in IT and electronics. She has trained 11,000 people under the program. Now she's heading towards another key project on empowering girls to reduce gender gap in IT and ITES sector in Asian region. There has been a bit of technical delay. I request everybody to please patiently wait. I urge a huge round of applause. Madam has entered the stage. A very big round of applause, everyone.
Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome here at this session. I am deeply honored by the opportunity given to me by the administration of Sri Ram Institute of Technology, especially Karsolia ji and his team, who were very keen that we also share our experience on developing AI solutions for different domains. It has always been a pleasure watching young students and young faculty members because you are going to build and create the future of AI and future of this world, my dear friends. And today I'm going to talk about some of the very important challenges that the world is facing. And sitting here in Jabalpur, the question is, can we provide some solution? When we think that we are sitting at a very small place, world is so big, we cannot do it. But you know that a small step towards Everest leads to conquering one of the most beautiful mountains in the world and the highest mountain in the world. So why cannot we do it, right? I was listening to the lecture by our Professor Temal Sinha, who has come all the way from Tribhuvan University, Nepal. And he was talking about one very important problem on communication and then thinking of large language models. Students, you must be thinking that, can we do it? Acha. Actually, he is asking me to use a security check, and that is through AI, right? So, my dear students, how many of you, ab kya karna hai iska? So can you take my पीछे से पेन ड्राइव ही ले लीजिए, compromise हो जाने दीजिए, let's see. So students, how many of you are thinking that you can build a very wonderful AI for useful application to the society? Can you please raise your hand? There are 3, 4, 5 people who are thinking about that. What is your idea? Can I come to you, my dear students? Can I come to you? What is your idea? Just to speak a little aloud, we will be able to hear to you. Because this is making sound, so a lot of sound, so I cannot hear you, but definitely we'll come to discuss with you. Mic is coming to you. I would like to know from you by the time I start speaking on what are the problems that we at IIIT DMJ are dealing with. Yes, come on, tell me your name.
Ma'am, I am Adit Kumar Mishra, CSE department from third year student. Actually, ma'am, we are building a SON-enabled drones that can help in defense securities.
That's very good idea, swarm drones,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So it is using AI content also?
Yes, ma'am.
AI is embedded?
They are trained with the AI's model also.
Have you embedded this on the drone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
That's nice. Let us give him a big round of applause. That's a wonderful solution that you are developing that not only is useful for defense but for many applications, as I will show you 2 more applications where drones in AI AI embedded on drones can be given. So students, in fact, I was thinking to talk about 2 very important problems. आप कह रहे हो ना मेल नहीं हो रहा है. APRB. अगर मैडम का हो जा रहा है तो पहले मैडम का करा लो. हाँ तो पहले मैडम का. Students, I'll be talking to you a little later. Meanwhile, Professor Khanna is going to deliver her talk. Because of some problem, my PPT is not accessible. So I'll come back to you.
There have been a little bit of technical glitch. So before I welcome Madam Preeti Khanna on stage, I will just like to give a brief about her. She is also a professor from IIIT DM from Computer Science and Engineering Department. She has been adapted in new tools, technologies, and environments very easily. She is strongly interested in the artificial intelligence field and is currently working on the medical image processing and computer vision projects in Python, OpenCV, etc. She also teaches courses like data structures and algorithms. Let us have a very big round of applause for Madam Preeti Khanna.
So hello to all of you, and so first of all I would like to congratulate the organizers, this Shriram group, for thinking about organizing conference on a very apt topic, which is because we all know that we can't keep our eyes closed. We have to, no matter we want or not, this change is there, which we all have to accept. So congratulations, and I am also feeling honored and to be, because of this invitation, I am visiting, I am with all of you, these bright minds. I am thankful to Shriram Group, especially Karsolia sir and his team. I mean, he always invites with such a warm gesture that you can't say no. So, so I got this opportunity to speak to all of you. That is so because the idea was on AI revolution, so I thought my area is also on biomedical image processing. So I thought that let us discuss about healthcare in the age of AI. So, okay, this is how I have planned. So something about deep learning, then my focus will be on the retinal image processing today as a case study for healthcare. And so I will introduce you the nitty-gritty of that, especially for the ophthalmological disease detection, and will introduce you some of our work. So before we begin, I would like to introduce you about my lab. So basically we are a group of faculty members, including Professor Ojha. So we are having this image and vision engineering lab there, where it all started, I mean, when I joined this JSPS long-term fellowship with Professor Haru Yokota, where we start working on the content-based image retrieval. And later on, we started working on biometrics, we worked on the gender recognition, we worked on the palm print, a lot of work we did. And then our focus shifted on cancelable biometric, because nowadays we know that biometric is there, which is very, security point of view, we all know that we are giving also. So earlier we were looking upon biometric for getting security. But later on what happens that now with the Aadhaar, lot many of us must have heard that now we are most worried about the security of our biometric. So our work was on cancelable biometric, where we are not storing the actual biometric there, we are actually converting it in the pseudo biometric, and that is how we do the working. Then we started working in medical image processing, so we started with the mammograms, then we worked on the brain tumor, so we collaborated with the in the Jabalpur Medical College, and with their expertise, because the medical image processing connection with the experts is very important. We can't move ahead, so we established connection, we collected data set that is public also now. After that so you can see ophthalmological image processing is also there as one area. Then we worked upon this agriculture domain, so on the crop disease detection, because that is also a very important topic if we want to help farmers. Then smoke detection, because we know that nowadays because of the change in climate, so many times these fires are there, so if we can get some early, let us say, warning sort of thing, it would be better. And apart from this, we did some consultancy projects also, some sponsored projects also in all these research areas. And so one of the work we have done with the Alpha TKG, where we have developed a search engine for their part drawings. And this tool, the solution provided by us, is used in more than 200 companies by Alpha TKG. So this was just, so I invite all of you to, whenever you get time, please visit us, and although all the things are available online also, you can have a look, but visit us, we would be happy to host you. Now when we talk about artificial intelligence, it was there when I was a student sitting like you over there, then also AI was there, we also used to study AI course, but now when we are talking about AI, it is something new, it is in the new era. So how this is possible? This growth is possible because of deep learning only. So what happens before coming to the health center, I would like to give you two examples. One is this, what happened in 2012, because from there the new era has started. So when the computer scientists at Google Lab, they built actually a huge network, more than 10 million computers, and what they find out that and then they showed some, they allow their deep learning algorithm to browse the YouTube videos, and what happens then they realize that their computer started recognizing cats. Although no prior information was given to them, but still for human faces more than 80%, cats more than 75%, that is what is started. So that is how, and at the same time in 2011, this convolutional neural network came, which actually changed the entire story. So with this, I would like to give you another example that is related with the healthcare only, dermatologist level classification of skin cancer. So in Nature, you can see in 2017, this work was published from Stanford University. So a group of researchers there, they pre-trained a deep neural network, which was basically a convolutional neural network on general object recognition, but then they fine-tuned on a huge data set of skin lesion images, because skin cancer, it can be like on the skin, it is also one of the deadliest, although it can be seen, but they developed this system, and they developed it for more than 2000, exactly it is, if I remember correctly, it is 2032 classes. You can say 2032 diseases on your skin, their network can carry on. And the important point was this, that they have, it was tested, the performance of their system was tested against board certified dermatologists. More than 10 dermatologists, they used it, and then they, it is found that it is giving you good results. So this all, these stories actually open up a lot of areas where we can use AI. And so when we talk about our CAD lab, as I told you, that we worked upon all these topics like mammograms, brain MRIs, fundus and OCT images, then this wireless capsule endoscopy images. So we have developed many computer-aided diagnostic system where we use machine learning, deep learning algorithms for not only for classification, detection, but the class-specific, multi-class classification as well as segmentation also. Now for AI for healthcare, so I would like to take one case study that is on the retinal image processing for ophthalmological disease identification. And so we will talk about, because we all know that eyes are, because our 80% sensory organ is there, which is, we are gathering more information from there. So retinal anatomy is very important for us to understand, and the retina is a layered tissue basically, which is there on the interior of the eye, and it actually converts when light falls on us, then that signals are being sent from to the brain, right? So there are networks. So we are talking about communication channels. So there are communication channels. Rod cells are there, cones are there, and through that the information is given to brain, and the brain processes that information. So let me tell you that it is a highly active tissue. And how it is highly active? Because it is having a double blood supply, and also important because non-invasive observation is possible. You are not, because if you go for, let us say, for cancer detection or something like FNAC they have to do. So that is, a needle has to be pricked and it is a painful process. So but this is a non-invasive observation is possible. And not only ocular diseases, there are many diseases which affect actually circulation. For example, your blood pressure, diabetes, right? All these things can be manifest from your retina. So when we talk about how it is important, because as you can see that this is a major cause for the blindness, and if we take care it at the early stage, the problem is, see, if something is in its full growth, it is obviously easy to identify. But the important point is that we want to identify something when it is at the onset of the disease. So if we can do it, then 75% of the problems can be prevented. So there are many diseases, many abnormalities here. I will discuss it in detail. And so that is what we are interested. Even if you are doing this early detection of some diseases, for example, diabetic retinopathy or glaucoma, then it will also help you to understand, right, what is your profile on the diabetes and hypertension. So retinal examination, as I told you, is a non-invasive way, and there are basically two sort of images. One is fundus images, another is OCT, optical coherence tomography images, which are mainly used for the ocular disease analysis. So here this is an example of the fundus image about which we will talk in detail. But at the bottom it is shown the OCT image, black and white image, that gray level image, sorry, that is an OCT image. And so you can see that there is a layered structure. And so, like, if you talk about fundus images, usually glaucoma, diabetic retinopathy, we use fundus images. Then there are some diseases like DME, drusen, where OCT images are more helpful. So you can see that there is a layered structure. And if there is any changes in that layer, that is indicating the problem. So you can see here that the changes in the layer, they are denoting that yes, there is onset of a disease, but if the layers are all clear, this is good. But what is the problem with the OCT images? That the noise is there. So if you want to do detection, then you need noise-free images. Now let us talk more about fundus images, although we have worked on OCT images also, but our main work is on fundus images. So you can see all the anatomical structures, they are being marked over here. You can see the vessels are there, fovea, macula, all optic disc. So we can say that what is this fundus image? This is nothing but 2D projection of your 3D retinal tissues, and then these structures which are being highlighted here, optic disc, then your vessels, these are actually affected because of the abnormalities. So we can use these fundus images for identification of so many diseases there, like including cardiovascular diseases also. So this is when we talk about fundus image. So you can see that this is a fundus image with many different kind of abnormalities shown there. You can see here microaneurysms are there, hemorrhage is there, cup to disc ratio is there, then this exudates are there. So various parts, various these things are there, and which are denoting different kinds of diseases. For example, when you talk about glaucoma, then there is a change in the disc and cup ratio. So that you can see those two circles over there. So this ratio changes, and that is how the glaucoma happens. Now when we talk about diabetic retinopathy, how it happens, because due to the veins are there through which there is a blood supply. So if there is any harm to those veins, right, so those sensitive tissues are being damaged, and that is how diabetic retinopathy takes place. Then we have these cardiovascular diseases. So there is a change in the arteries and veins. Then cataract, because that is the most, I believe many of you have heard about these diseases. So in the cataract, basically eyes, the part of the eyes, fovea and all that becomes blurry. After that, there is age-related macular degeneration. Here what happens that we want a fresh cells, right? That is what is there. You are young, so you are having more, you can say, fresh cells, like I mean, in my age, that growth is going to be affected. But here there is a problem, because what happens that unnecessarily growth of your fresh the blood vessels or the presence of dead retinal cells, that is also going to create a problem, and that problem is age-related macular degeneration. Then we have myopia, which is again because of your epithelial is diminishing. So these are the various diseases which you can analyze by analyzing the fundus images. Now here this is just a summary. You can see that all pictures of all these diseases that are being shown here, and many times what happens that not only it is not like a single disease is appearing in one eye. It might be possible that multiple diseases are there. So now my focus will be on diabetic retinopathy, and as I told you that this is dysfunctional in the retinal blood vessels, and this is due to this hyperglycemia. And we know that type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes we must have heard. So either whether the insulin is not, whether it is produced or it is produced but not sensed by your body. So in either of the cases, what happens, it is going to lead to diabetic retinopathy. So it is see, in the beginning it is, there is no symptoms, and so how to identify, because at that point we want to identify, and if not treated well, then obviously it is going to be a cause of blindness. So when we talk about diabetic retinopathy, there are several symptoms appear as the disease progression takes place: blurred vision, floaters, distorted vision, dark areas in the vision. So many problems are there, so many symptoms are there. Now, so as I told you, DR is caused by interruption of blood supply by veins and leakage of fluids from the blood vessels. So you can see that here these are the four abnormalities which are being shown here in this picture. So you can see this microaneurysm, that is the earliest visible changes in the diabetic retinopathy, and then we are having soft and hard exudates, which are what happens when the blood retinal barrier is broken. So what happens that lipids are deposited in the retina, they come out and deposited over there, and finally hemorrhage is there where the bleeding occurs in the retina. So that is how, so what, so we need to identify these symptoms if we want to go for diabetic retinopathy. So here you can see that as per clinical study, diabetic retinopathy is categorized into 5 stages: normal, mild, moderate, non-proliferative and proliferative DR. So once it is proliferative, no problem, right? You can you can identify it easily. But the problem is what, that we want to identify it in the mild state or the moderate state. And this is a time consuming process even when you go to the ophthalmologist. And what happens if you look at this picture, then just based on the severity they are given from left to right, and you can see that the rightmost 2 images, it is easy, right? You can also say something is wrong, but just look at the second and the third picture. where it is mild, right? It is starting, and that is the challenge to identify at that, because even if, as I told you that expert consultation is very important, so we are in touch with several doctors, and in Jabalpur also there are some doctors which are very keen, like in Dr. Himanshu Shukla from TN Shukla Eye Care, he is very much interested in the research things. So, I mean, so when we talk to them, they are also working on such system, but the problem is to catch the disease at the beginning, because that is where even it is difficult for an ophthalmologist also, right? So, it is difficult for them also. So when we talk about what is the role of AI in the disease detection, in case of let us say retinal images, we can say that not only these, we want some models who can analyze the retinal images so that we can detect the disease, classify it, we can do this multi-class classification. But also we want that it is learning, automatically learning the important features related with microorganisms, exudates and all, so that we want to improve the disease localization. Not only the disease is there, but which part is being affected, that and its grading, that is what we can do. So there are many challenges in this, right? So first challenge is your quality issue. Quality issues, that like for example, there may be many factors, lighting is there, artifacts which are there, and if you are using such images, so your data, that is why, because we all know that in the deep learning, you might have heard, data is so nowadays if you talk about what is the most important resource, it is neither gold nor diamond, it is basically data, right? So we need a good data so that our AI models can be trained on that. So here, if our data is not good, if we are not providing good images, obviously we can't develop good algorithms. Then there is a scarcity of labeled medical data, because what we want labeled data, and that too across different ethnicities. So if you look about we belong to like Asia, right? So we are having a different pigmentation in our eyes as compared to, let us say, people in Europe or West. So the model which is developed purely on the Western data will not work for us. The model purely trained on our data will not work from them, right? So so we need expert ophthalmologists, right? Unless and until you have that expert with you, because time to time we need to consult ophthalmologists and we need to show our result to them, and we need to take their feedback. As I told you, in Stanford also, they showed their system to board certified dermatologists. So here also we need to do it in all the cases. Then there is subjectivity in the diagnosis, because we are using label data. So there may be this variability. So if you are grading it, I am grading it, there might be some difference over there. Then computational constraints are also there, because we need huge computing power. And also these days the focus is there to develop lightweight models, because what we want to do this task with our mobile. For example, that skin cancer system we are talking about, if we can just take a picture, mobile picture, and my that software there, that model there is telling me what is the skin, those 2032, any one disease is there, or my skin is unhealthy. So in our lab also, our focus is on developing the lightweight models which can be used on the edge devices. Then model biasness, because usually what happened that when you go for medical image processing, I mean these points are generalized one also. So there is a high imbalance among the classes, because AI model, like usually disease classes will be less, images in the disease classes will be less as compared to normal images. So, and then I told you the issue with the different ethnicity also. And finally, that is the very important interpretability and trust in the AI, because nowadays because most of the time your AI model, right, they work as a black box. So we don't know what is going on there. So unless and until we have some explainable method. So nowadays lot of research, because many faculty members must be pursuing research over here. So nowadays emphasis is not on developing new models, but the more emphasis here is on the interpretability of the AI model, so that we can say that yes, how much confident we are when we are saying our model is giving you this result. Now there are several databases, I will skip this, and I will just tell you about one of our work. So I have not included all the works here, you can just search our lab, our you will get to know. So this is just one work that is interpretable dual attention network for diabetic retinopathy grading, published in 2024. And in this work, our focus was not only developing this lightweight model, but also to catch the small parts, right? If the abnormality size is very small, like we take in the beginning, so we want to detect that. That is the focus of this model. And so this model, I will just tell you in brief. So we are having this backbone network, and then the most important part here is that we are utilizing attention network that is also in parallel. So you can see that the two attention blocks are there, BSA, that is bidirectional spatial attention, and then CPA, that is channel wise parallel attention. And these two attention blocks together, they are actually serving the purpose, right? Because what happens, BSA is focusing on the larger size abnormalities, and CPA is focusing on the small size. So together they are giving us the complete performance, and then we use LIME to explain our results. So here, okay, I will not go into the detail of these blocks, but I would like to tell you the results, because when you are coming on results, then you need to check it on several different databases. So we have also checked it on different data sets. On Macedor 1, we have got highest accuracy. Why? Because this is having high quality fundus image. See, the first limitation I told you, the good images. So if the quality of the images is good, training images, obviously you will get good performance. Then we get good performance for IPAX dataset as well as IDRID dataset, although IDRID dataset is much smaller compared to Macedor. And important point is that IDRID is the data of this ethnicity, right, in the Asian people. So, but you can see that for DDR data set we get poor performance, right, because the images are poor quality. Then you can see that what I told you, that these two blocks, BSA and CPA block, they work in a complementary way. So you can see that when we are using both of them together, they are complementing each other and giving us the best results. And you can see in the pictures also, if you look at there, the second row where there is a mild DR, second row, so there you can see that whatever backbone is identifying something, BSA block is identifying something, CPA block is also identifying small abnormalities, and together they are giving us this picture. So these were the heat maps there. Now if you compare the performance, we compared performance on several different parameters these are the recent state of the art models with which we compared performance, and you can see that the model performs well, and also the focus is on lightweight model. Although our model is slightly heavy as compared to cabinet, but it is giving much better results as compared to cabinet model, right? Then when you are doing this job, then for young researchers, I would like to tell that cross data set evaluation is very important. So we trained our images on one data set and tested on the other data set. You can see IPEX and IDRID, and you can see the performance is still. What does it mean? That our model doesn't see any of the image from the IDRID. It is purely seeing the images from IPEX, and still it is giving you good performance, like around 90% accuracy. Similarly, but when you are doing training on DDR, so what is happening? The performance is not that good. Why? Because I told you earlier that images in the DDR is not good. So our model is not well trained. So that is, on the good images. So that is why this performance. And then we checked it on the lesion parts also. Those small parts we segmented, and that is how your DICE score and intersection over union, mean intersection over union and mean DICE scores are being given, which are also good in case of IdeaNet. Now you can see here, if you look at the last row, the bottom table last row, you can see that in the hemorrhage performance is good, but if you are seeing that microaneurysm, especially see the third column, microaneurysm, because that is the beginning I told you. So when it is a beginning, the model is not able to perform 100%, because that is what is we need to focus. So still lot of scope is there for research. Now this is there how we can say that the model is working well on segmentation. So you can see that there are for these cases some ground truth is there, and then you can see how our model works better as compared to other methods. Now here, not only identifying, but false positive is also something we don't want, right? Something is not there and you are identifying. Then this is further validation on the, because here the performance is only on hemorrhage and exudates. As I told you, more challenging cases are microaneurysm. So when we talk about microaneurysm, okay, these blocks are very much visible. So you can see that in the green block, so you can see just some dots are there, so that these we can make sense, these dots can make sense. We have drawn these boxes over there. So you can see the green box, ground truth, and the yellow box is denoting misclassification, and red is denoting the false detection, because many times it may happen that the false detection is possible. So you can see that lesion part when we are detecting, then the examples which are shown here, false detection is not there, and somehow it is giving you accurately identifying, working on the challenging cases. So when we look at this bird eye view, then it is giving us superior performance, but it fails in certain instances when your lesion size is very small, just a few pixels, 1 to 2 pixels, then it actually doesn't work properly. And also, but at the same time, you must know that if you are being given, okay, your expert is given this 1 or 2 pixel data to identify, it is equally difficult for them also. So remember, see that our performance, remember, performance may vary for minority classes if it is going to trained on the imbalanced data. As I told you, data class balancing is also one of the issue. So just to conclude here in this short time, so diabetic retinopathy, this is a serious complication of diabetes, and it can be detected on through fundus images, and deep learning algorithm, or you can say AI technology, they have revolutionized this fundus image analysis. In fact, they have revolutionized entire health like medical image processing, not only fundus image, variety of images, like as I told you, we are also working on several diseases. So it has done, but remember there are many challenges, quality, data set, explainability, they are still need to be addressed. And remember that this AI assisted diagnosis is always can actually enhance not only the decision making quality, but also improve accessibility, because as I told you that we are in touch with Dr. Himanshu. So what they are doing, they are also with some of his friends in Mumbai, they are also working on developing some system, and that has to be used in South Africa, in Kenya. So because at that place the availability of expert is so poor that by using that system they are helping people, right? So if any let us say some diagnosis is there, so immediately they are referring the person to go and take the medical expertise. So remember, we need still lot much research, and technological advancements are continued, and we still need them for a perfect system, not only in fundus image, not only in ophthalmological disease, but in fact all the disease type. So this is okay, so this is all from me, and I would like to thank my young friends for patiently hearing this session. Thank you so much. And our mail ID and the phone numbers, they are given there, so please feel free, any one of you would like to have something in research or any discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful words. I hope everybody has gained a lot of knowledge from this insightful presentation. Now I would like to again welcome Dr. Aparajita Ojha ma'am on stage for her upcoming presentation. Huge round of applause, everyone.
Hello.
दिख नहीं रहा है ठीक से, गड़बड़ हो रहा है। इसको डाउनलोड करिए, इसमें दिख नहीं रहा है, ये ऊपर नीचे आ रहा है, इसको डाउनलोड करिए। डाउनलोड कर लीजिए।
डाउनलोड नहीं है क्या?
नहीं है। Hello. I know that all of you are not having enough patience to listen to another talk. I'll wind up early. I have been also told to wind up early. Don't worry. All right. So, my dear friends, first of all, again, a huge round of applause for people who have thought of organizing this MPCon 2025 IEEE sponsored. I am deeply honored, I must say once again. So students, there is a small group who was talking about swarm robotics, swarm drones applications. I'll be talking about that only, right? So we know that every day what is happening, you see the temperature is rising. Forget about other cities, the city of Jabalpur itself, in last 40 years there has been a rise in temperature. So this is the data of like land surface temperature anomalies for the month of April 2025 compared to the other condition, to the average condition in last like 2001 to 10. Now you must also be knowing that every day some fire incident. So students, when you were talking about swarm robotics or swarm drones, these can be important solutions like stretched agriculture land, increasing pests and diseases. These are increasingly occurring, and how do we deal with that? So United Nations has come out with some 17 sustainable development goals. These sustainable development goals deal with climate action, life below water, life on the land, then you have agriculture, affordable and clean energy, zero hunger. Billions of people today don't eat twice a meal, which is very alarming. And then good health, of course. When we get unwell, we have to go for tests which are very, very costly. Can we think of a rickshaw wala or a tange wala going for test MRI, which is costing him the whole of his income of the month, which is very difficult. So how can AI contribute to these problems? And how can the city of Jabalpur contribute? And I'm looking forward to you all for providing the society a solution that can be developed at a scalable, like that can be scalable, right? And that is why we are here today. So you can see that, like think of anything. In the year 2023 alone, can you imagine that 2,170 megatons of carbon emission? What a great emission, right? तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है, क्या कारण है कि हम फायर और फायर स्मोक को टाइमली डिटेक्ट नहीं कर पाते? कैलिफोर्निया फायर, ऑस्ट्रेलियन फायर, उत्तराखंड फायर, केरला फायर. What is the reason? You can see that because of the, like fire can be easily caught if we know the smoke coming out from there. You can see smoke coming out, you can detect fire, right? So that is why I was asking you that can we have a surveillance system that can easily, like early detect fire smoke. And these are the challenges, sometimes visual similarity, sometimes clouds, haze, and whatnot. So what we did, I seek your attention, students, that how the students of IIIT DMJ made a contribution. There was hardly any data. There was a very small data set. So we started with a collection of a data set so that AI solution can be made. And we created a data set of 23,644 images. And this data set is now public, and many people are working on this. And this data set contained what? Not only fire smoke, but also fire smoke under very challenging conditions, as you can see, cloud and whatnot, right? Then the existing AI solutions, why they are not deployable? The reason is that false alarm rate. Agar alarm rate itna zyada hoga false, तो fire manager will be all the time busy, and that is the reason they are not very much deployable. Another problem, like if I want to have surveillance through drones of forest and nearby forest area, then drones have limited computational and memory resources if we embed, say, a Jetson Nano there. So we want to create, the problem was the existing models were very heavy, and so we deployed and developed and deployed very simple solutions which could do real-time detection. And these were deployed also, and we are working on this to further improve the performance. Another domain in which you can all play role, because we are all living closer to agriculture land, you can collect data. You can label data with the help of experts, and so the bias about which Professor Preeti Khanna was talking, data bias, that can be addressed to some extent. So the current state of agriculture, all of us know कि किसी दिन कोई farmer क्या करता है, suicide कर लेता है, उसकी पूरी जो खेती है वो खराब हो गई, he is not able to pay loan. So we have developed a AI-enabled IoT solution that also uses blockchain technology. So we made use of generative AI models for early plant disease detection so that it can be controlled. We also took help of, like, our students also helped us in labeling and developing very small size models. Then we are licensing currently with the government agency, users and startups for deployment of solution at a large scale. And there is a project that is under process for, we are talking about that. And our team consists of none other than students. So student, now she is a faculty in IIITM Gwalior, Dr. Purnima Singh Thakur. Dr. Shubhangi Chaturvedi worked on fire smoke, Purnima worked on plant diseases. And then a young student who is now in a very good job, Chandravanshi Shubham Arun. Then the current students involve like Shivam Dubey, who is working on agriculture solutions, Mahima Pandey, Samita Mandal. These are undergraduate students like you. And me, and as Professor Khanna told you, that we have image and vision group. So without taking your much time, I would like to throw some important considerations before you, that what you can do here is that you can start with creating data. Why? Because last wala dekhe, ethical issues and bias. What happens that when we, like Madam was telling that Google ने इतना बड़ा न्यूरल नेटवर्क बनाया और उसने कैट को पहचानना शुरू किया. क्यों? क्या कोई बता सकता है क्यों? Because in European and Western world, cats are very pet animals, and the data is flooded with European and US world, right? And therefore cats are easily identifiable, right? तो इसलिए डेटा में बायस के लिए, अब अगर वो कैट को आइडेंटिफाई कर सकता है तो इंडिया में अगर AI सोल्यूशन बनता तो वो काउज एंड बफेलेस को पहले करता रादर देन कैट्स एंड डॉग्स, राइट? आई होप यू अग्री विद दैट. सो मेरा आपसे एक निवेदन है कि थिंक ऑफ अ प्रॉब्लम and think of creating data, labeling data so that you can work together, we can work together for providing a solution at a large scale. These are some of the publications of my students with us, and I'm sure that you might be interested. I wish you had enough time and you were not hungry, because you are all must be hungry thinking ki kab madam chodengi, isliye I am stopping it here. Thank you so very much, all of you. Have a great day.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for Thanks a lot, ma'am. Hello? 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 Yeah. Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your insightful work. जितने भी बच्चे यहाँ बैठे हैं, मैं बहुत शान से इस बात को कहना चाहती हूँ कि आज हमें पता है कि डॉक्टर सुधीर मिश्रा जो फॉर्मर
आप वीडियो आप क्लिक कर दीजिएगा. Shall I start करूँ?
हाँ बिल्कुल सर. बिल्कुल सर.
चलो. गुड आफ्टरनून, नमस्कार. अगर आप साइलेंस मेंटेन करेंगे तो सुनाई देगा और मुझे भी बोलने में इंटरेस्ट आएगा. तो मैं आपके सामने ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज का जो टॉपिक है वो है ऑपरेशन सिंदूर कैटलाइजिंग इंडिया सेल्फ रिलायंस, कि भारत ने रक्षा के क्षेत्र में जो आत्मनिर्भरता हासिल की है तो उससे ऑपरेशन सिंदूर पर क्या प्रभाव पड़ा. तो ये आज का विषय है. और सबसे पहले मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूँ कि DRDO है क्या. चूँकि हमारे भारत में जो भी रिसर्च डेवलपमेंट होता है डिफेंस के क्षेत्र में वो DRDO में होता है. और DRDO जो है मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ डिफेंस के अंदर 4 डिपार्टमेंट हैं. 4 डिपार्टमेंट में जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ डिफेंस रिसर्च एंड डेवलपमेंट है उसके अंतर्गत DRDO आता है. और DRDO के अंतर्गत 5 यंग लैब्स हैं और अबाउट 41 बड़ी लेबोरेटरीज़ हैं. इन लैब्स में अलग अलग तरीके से काम होता है. हम लोग बेसिकली सिस्टम डेवलपमेंट करते हैं. सिस्टम डेवलपमेंट मतलब हुआ लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट, अर्जुन टैंक, अग्नि मिसाइल्स और सबमरीन्स, शिप्स, ये सिस्टम्स कहलाते हैं. तो इनको जो लैब डेवलप करती हैं वो सिस्टम डेवलपमेंट लैब कहलाती हैं. उसके बाद हम लोग टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप करते हैं. टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलप यानी कि अगर सब सिस्टम्स जो होते हैं उनको डेवलप करने के लिए ये टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट. अच्छा, और हमारे पास होती हैं साइंस और सपोर्ट सिस्टम्स एंड सर्टिफिकेशन लैब्स जो साइंस के ऊपर काम करती हैं. यानी अगर माइक्रो प्रोसेसर बनाना है या कुछ मटेरियल्स बनाना है जो स्पेशल रिक्वायरमेंट मीट करेगा तो वो लैब्स कहलाती हैं सिस्टम साइंस लेबोरेटरीज़. तो वो हैं, उनके नाम मैं नहीं पढ़ूंगा, वो आप लोग देख लीजिएगा, नेट में भी ये अवेलेबल है. और हमारा जो मेन वर्क है, जो DRDO का मेन वर्क है, डिफेंस रिसर्च का मेन वर्क है, वो है मिसाइल के क्षेत्र में एरोनॉटिकल सिस्टम्स. एरोनॉटिकल सिस्टम्स का मतलब हुआ लाइट कॉम्बैट एयरक्राफ्ट, ड्रोन्स, अनमैन्ड सिस्टम्स. फिर है आर्मामेंट. आर्मामेंट का मतलब हुआ कि गन्स, टैंक्स, तो जिनसे आप काइनेटिक म्यूनिशन को रिलीज़ करते हैं वो कहलाते हैं आर्मामेंट लैब्स. और होते हैं नेवल सिस्टम्स यानी कि जहाँ पे वॉरशिप्स, सबमरीन और अनमैन्ड सिस्टम्स के ऊपर काम होता है, वो हैं नेवल सिस्टम्स लैब। और हो गए हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स का मतलब हुआ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन, जितने भी रडार होते हैं और जो भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स से रिलेटेड हैं, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कम्युनिकेशन है। और जब हम एक क्लासिफाइड कम्युनिकेशन एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रांसफ़र करते हैं तो हमको इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स एंड कम्युनिकेशन की ज़रूरत पड़ती है। फिर उसके बाद माइक्रो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स यानी कि जहाँ पर माइक्रो प्रोसेसर्स की ज़रूरत है या उनसे रिलेटेड टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की ज़रूरत है, तो वो इसमें आते हैं। और जो भी साइबर रिलेटेड टेक्नोलॉजीज़ हैं वो यहाँ पर होती हैं। उसके अलावा लाइफ साइंसेज यानी कि सोल्जर को वॉरफेयर में सपोर्ट करने के लिए जिन टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की ज़रूरत पड़ती है उनको हम कहते हैं लाइफ साइंस टेक्नोलॉजीज़। भारत के अंदर डेजर्ट्स हैं जहाँ पर टेम्परेचर +52-55 डिग्री तक जाता है। हमारे पास माउंटेन्स हैं, स्नो है जहाँ पर टेम्परेचर -50 -60 तक जाता है। हमारे पास सी है, अंडर वाटर है, फॉरेस्ट है, प्लेन्स हैं। तो इतनी सारी जगहों पर सोल्जर को सपोर्ट करने के लिए जिन टेक्नोलॉजीज़ की ज़रूरत पड़ती है वो होता है लाइफ साइंस में। अब बात करते हैं ऑपरेशन सिंदूर। तो ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बारे में बहुत सारे अलग अलग व्यूज़ हैं। तो मैं आपको ये बताना चाहूँगा कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हुआ क्यों था। आप सबको मालूम है कि ऑपरेशन सिंदूर इसलिए हुआ था कि हमारे पास जो हमारे टूरिस्ट थे, टूरिस्ट को टेररिस्ट ने अटैक करके और उनका रिलीजन पूछ के उनको मारा। तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया ने ये कंक्लूड किया कि ये जो है टेररिस्ट पाकिस्तान ने भेजे थे और पाकिस्तान के अंदर बहुत सारे बेसेस हैं जहाँ पर इन टेररिस्ट को ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है और उनको सपोर्ट किया जाता है। तो हमने जो टेररिस्ट कैंप पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर और पाकिस्तान के मेन लैंड में थे तो वहाँ पर अटैक किया और अटैक करके उनको जो बेसिस थे उनको डिस्ट्रॉय कर दिया। तो अब हमने यहाँ तक बात ख़त्म कर दी थी, लेकिन उसके बाद पाकिस्तान ने हमारे ऊपर ड्रोन से, मिसाइल से जो अटैक किया तो उसका हम भी रिटेलिएट कर रहे थे ड्रोन्स और गन फायर से। लेकिन एक रात को पाकिस्तान ने एक जो उनकी बहुत बड़ी बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल थी वो दिल्ली की ओर भेजी। जब वो दिल्ली की ओर भेजी तो सिरिस्का हरियाणा में है और हमारे पास जो एंटी बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल सिस्टम था उसने उनको डिस्ट्रॉय किया। डिस्ट्रॉय करने के बाद जब पाकिस्तान ने इस वॉर को एस्केलेट कर दिया था तो हमारी ओर से फिर जो हमारे सुखोई 30 थे, राफेल एयरक्राफ्ट थे और मिराज थे, उन सब से हमने पाकिस्तान के ऊपर अटैक किया। तो इस ऑपरेशन सिंदूर को अब एस्केलेट हो गया था एक लिमिटेड वॉर फॉर्म में, जहां पर हमारी एयरफोर्स और पाकिस्तान की एयरफोर्स दोनों एक दूसरे के ऊपर अटैक कर रहे थे। तो ये ऑपरेशन सिंदूर की समरी है बेसिकली। इसमें ये हुआ कि जो हमारी ओर से जो अटैक हुए पाकिस्तान के ऊपर, तो उसमें हमने भारत में बने अस्त्रों का, शस्त्रों का प्रयोग किया और जो हमने अपना बचाव किया तो वो भी बचाव हमने अपने भारत में बने हथियारों से किया। तो इस वॉर की खास बात ये थी। अब इस सिंदूर में हमने क्या किया कि पाकिस्तान के जो कुछ बेसिस थे, नूर खां बेसिस और रहमयार खान बेसिस, और हम तो कहते हैं कि हमने उनके 9 बेसिस के ऊपर अटैक किया, लेकिन पाकिस्तान कहती है कि आपने हमारे 13 बेसिस के ऊपर अटैक किया। तो जब भारत के ऊपर अटैक हुआ, भारत का जो डिफेंस सिस्टम था वो किस तरीके से काम किया, आपको ये मैं समझाना चाहता हूँ। तो जब पाकिस्तान के ऊपर से हमारे ऊपर अटैक हो रहा था तो जो ड्रोन्स थे, ड्रोन्स की कीमत बहुत कम होती है, 50,000 रुपये, 1 लाख रुपए, 2 लाख रुपए, 5 लाख रुपए। आप इनके अगेंस्ट में करोड़ों की मिसाइल यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं। तो उसके लिए हमने क्या किया कि जो हमारे पास क्लोज इन गन्स होती हैं, जो क्लोज इन गन्स थी और जबलपुर में ही जो गन कैरेज फैक्ट्री में L-70 जो गन बनती है, एयर डिफेंस गन, तो उसको यूज़ किया था और उसको यूज़ करके और जो उनके ड्रोन्स थे उनको डिस्ट्रॉय किया। ये तो जो छोटे ड्रोन थे उनको डिस्ट्रॉय किया। अच्छा, जो भी उनकी ओर से मिसाइल आ रही थी हमारे ऊपर, तो उन मिसाइल्स को सबसे पहले तो जो सेंसर्स होते हैं वो पता करते हैं कि हमारे ऊपर आ क्या रहा है। तो हमने क्या किया था कि एक इंटीग्रेटेड एयर कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम बनाया हुआ है। ये हमारी एयरफोर्स, आर्मी के जो भी असेट्स हैं, असेट्स यानी कि जो भी रडार होते हैं या जो भी सेंसर्स होते हैं जो ये बताते हैं कि एनिमी की ओर से क्या अटैक हो रहा है, तो ये इंटीग्रेटेड यानी कि हमारी जो सीमा है, हज़ारों किलोमीटर की सीमा है, उसमें जितने भी रडार्स लगे हुए हैं वो सब इंटीग्रेटेड हैं और जो भी बैठा होता है, जो डिसीजन मेकर होता है, उसको एक सिनेरियो प्रेजेंट करते हैं। तो जब वो सिनेरियो प्रेजेंट करते हैं तो हमको फिर रिटेलिएट करना, उनको डिस्ट्रॉय करना, तो उनको डिस्ट्रॉय करने के लिए गन यूज़ करनी है, मिसाइल यूज़ करनी है, कौन सी मिसाइल यूज़ करनी है, तो वो डिसाइड करता है ये ऑटोमेटिक सिस्टम। इसलिए इसको कहा जाता है एयर कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सिस्टम। तो आपने दो सिस्टम सुने होंगे उस समय, एक तो इंडियन एयरफोर्स का सिस्टम था और एक दूसरा था आकाश तीर, जो DRDO और भारत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स लिमिटेड ने मिलकर बनाया था। तो इस आकाश तीर की क्या खास बात थी कि ये ऑटोमेटिकली हमने क्या किया था, आकाश मिसाइल को हमारे इस एयर कमांड सिस्टम से इंटीग्रेट कर दिया था। तो जो भी वहाँ से यूकैव यानी होता है अनमैन्ड कॉम्बैट एयर सिस्टम्स, तो ये थोड़ा सा बड़े ड्रोन होते हैं और इनकी कीमत भी ज़्यादा होती है। तो जो ये हमारी ओर आ रहे थे तो हमने उनके अगेंस्ट में आकाश मिसाइल का या जो एक मैन पोर्टेबल जो मिसाइल्स होती हैं इनका यूज़ किया। उसके बाद जो लीक हो जा रही थी मिसाइल्स, जो पाकिस्तान की ओर से जो मिसाइल्स लीक होके हमारी ओर आ जा रही थी, तो उनके अगेंस्ट में हमने फिर जो और भी बड़े सिस्टम्स थे, यानी कि लॉन्ग रेंज सरफेस टू एयर मिसाइल, मीडियम रेंज सरफेस टू एयर मिसाइल, इन मिसाइल्स का यूज़ किया। तो इन के बाद भी जो भी बड़ी मिसाइल्स थी, बड़ी यानी कि जो बैलिस्टिक मिसाइल पाकिस्तान की ओर से आ जा रही थी, तो उनको न्यूट्रलाइज करने के लिए हमारे पास जो S-400 सिस्टम है, S-400 सिस्टम जिसको आप लोगों ने सुना होगा कि अभी हमारी गवर्नमेंट ने डिक्लेयर किया है कि अब हम पूरे भारत में ईच एंड एवरी सेंटीमीटर को जो है हम कंट्रोल करेंगे और एक आयरन डोम जैसा बनाएंगे जिसमें रडार भी होंगे, मिसाइल सिस्टम्स भी होंगी, तो हम किसी भी मिसाइल को अपने स्पेस के अंदर आने से रोकने में सक्षम होंगे। तो अब हम एक सिक्योरिटी डोम जैसा बनाना चाहते हैं। अच्छा, अब क्या होता है कि जब आप अपने एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम बनाते हैं तो सबसे पहले क्या होता है कि रेंज होती है, फर्स्ट लेयर। तो जो गन्स हैं वो हमारा फर्स्ट लेयर है, जो मैन पोर्टेबल मिसाइल हैं वो हमारा सेकंड लेयर है, जो आकाश मिसाइल और LRSAM मिसाइल हैं ये हमारा थर्ड लेयर है, और जो S-400 है वो है हमारा फोर्थ लेयर। तो ये हो गया इंटीग्रेटेड एयर एंड कमांड सिस्टम। अब हमने जो है जो रडार्स होते हैं वो कुछ रडार ज़मीन पर होते हैं, कुछ रडार्स हवा में भी होते हैं। तो जो रडार हवा में होते हैं उनको हम बोलते हैं अवेक्स। अवेक्स जो हैं ये सिस्टम 24 घंटे जो हैं वो हवा में उड़ते रहते हैं। बहुत सारे हैं सिस्टम्स हमारे पास, उड़ते रहते हैं और बताते हैं कि एनिमी का एयरक्राफ्ट इस समय कहाँ उड़ रहे हैं, एनिमी की मिसाइल्स हमारे ऊपर कैसे आ रही हैं, यानी कि जो एयर सिनेरियो होता है वो हमको पता होता रहता है। तो ये अवेक्स जो है ये इसको हम आई इन द स्काई भी बोलते हैं, और ये हमारा खुद का भारत में बना हुआ अवेक्स है। इसके अलावा जो मैं आपको बता रहा था कि हमने अपनी खुद इंडिजिनस मिसाइल यूज़ करी, तो ये एक मिसाइल है आकाश मिसाइल सिस्टम। तो आकाश मिसाइल सिस्टम के ये कुछ सब सिस्टम्स बताए हैं। इसमें क्या होता है कि जो जब मिसाइल एनिमी की मिसाइल या एनिमी का एयरक्राफ्ट जब 150 किलोमीटर दूर है, तो वो 150 किलोमीटर दूर हमारा सेंट्रल एक्विजिशन रडार बता देता है कि एनिमी का एयरक्राफ्ट इतनी दूर पर है, और उसकी जो रेंज है, उसकी जो लोकेशन है, वो सब हमारी मिसाइल का जो आपने देखा यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है ट्रूप लेवल कंट्रोल सेंटर, फ्लाइट कंट्रोल सेंटर, तो फ्लाइट कंट्रोल सेंटर को मालूम हो जाती है। अब ये जो लॉन्चर है ये वेट करता है कि जब जो एनिमी का एयरक्राफ्ट हमारी रेंज में आ जाएगा तो जो फ्लाइट कंट्रोल सेंटर है वो अपने आप मिसाइल रिलीज़ करेगा टुवर्ड्स द टारगेट। तो फिर ये जो मिसाइल सिस्टम है ये एट एनी गिवन टाइम 200 टारगेट्स को एंगेज कर सकता है। यानी कि अगर 200 हवाई जहाज़ वहाँ से आ रहे हैं तो हम 200 हवाई जहाज़ों को इन सिस्टम्स की सहायता से एंगेज कर सकते हैं। जो इस बार दिस टाइम वी हैव यूज्ड D4 एंटी ड्रोन सिस्टम। ये हमने जो है ये किसी को बताया नहीं था। इट वॉज ए सीक्रेट वेपन अगेंस्ट द एनिमी ड्रोन्स, वेरी कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव एंड very effective against the enemy. In this, what did we do? D4 का मतलब हुआ कि ड्रोन डिटेक्शन एंड डिस्ट्रैक्शन सिस्टम। तो दिस सिस्टम इज मेड बाय भारत इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स लिमिटेड एंड दिस इज ए बेसिकली capable of destroying the micro drones। और माइक्रो ड्रोन्स को कैसे करता है? विद द हेल्प ऑफ लेज़र गन्स। तो लेज़र गन्स जो है, जो भी इसके अंदर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स होती है, उस इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स को इट सिंपली बर्न्स। तो आप लोगों ने रिपब्लिक डे में भी देखा होगा, जब भी हमारी रिपब्लिक डे परेड होती है तो उसमें दे डिप्लॉय दिस D4 सिस्टम। बट फर्स्ट टाइम वी हैव डिप्लॉयड इट along the borders, plenty in numbers. So it has very effectively destroyed almost all the incoming drones of Pakistan Army and Air Force. So now we can deploy this on the ships also. और जैसा कि आप सभी लोगों को मालूम है, future wars या ongoing and future wars, both wars are going to deploy, use drones in thousands and thousands of numbers. So this anti-drone system would be very effective in the coming decade. The future belongs to drones. In fact, in one of the interview, they were asking whether we can replace the aircraft with the drones also. The answer is, the role of fighter aircraft is reduced. पहले जो आप लोगों ने डॉग फाइट्स देखे हैं ना, एयरक्राफ्ट अगेंस्ट एयरक्राफ्ट, अब वो नहीं होंगे। इस वॉर में पाकिस्तान के जो एयरक्राफ्ट थे और इंडिया के जो एयरक्राफ्ट थे, इनके बीच में लगभग 200 किलोमीटर का डिस्टेंस था। यानी 200 किलोमीटर दूर पाकिस्तान मैन्यूवर कर रहा था और उतनी ही दूर हम भी मैन्यूवर कर रहे थे। तो जो डॉग फाइट होता है, जो एक दूसरे के अगेंस्ट में फाइट होता है, अब वो नहीं होगा। तो आप लोग जो ताज्जुब करते हैं कि एयरक्राफ्ट एक जगह रुक गया है हवा में, या बहुत सारे गोते लगा रहा है या रोलिंग कर रहा है, तो वो सब चीज़ें जो हैं वो मीनिंगलेस हो चुकी हैं। वो बस ये बताती हैं कि वो एयरक्राफ्ट कितना एजाइल है, उसकी कितनी स्ट्रेंथ है, पावर कितना है। Other than that, it doesn't convey anything. Now, the role of aircraft is going to reduce more and more, and drones are going to be the present and future of any armed forces, whether it's a army, navy, air force. तो अगर आप लोग सोच रहे हैं कि you have to go for any startup, you want to do some research, you want to get into the defense technology, then drone is a fantastic new technology where you can participate, where you see, the requirement is not of 1,000, requirement is not of million, but requirement is for many millions. करोड़ों ड्रोन्स की ज़रूरत पड़ेगी आपको. इनफैक्ट आप लोगों ने शायद यूक्रेन रशिया वॉर में देखा होगा कि ड्रोन्स हैव बिकम इवन एंटी पर्सनल. दे चेज ए सोल्जर. नाउ the number of soldiers will become number of the drones in the future. So many drones will be required and they have to be deployed all along the borders. So coming to the BrahMos, my favorite project, all the missiles, all the engines, all the aircrafts, they are designed around the engine, around the power systems. So basically BrahMos is a joint venture between India and Russia, and in this picture you can see that Dr. Kalam, he is looking at the engine. So we have created the BrahMos missile around this engine. That's a very long story, so I would not go for it, but you can see my involvement. If you see on the left hand side corner, I am there showing my hands like this. And this is about, I think, 32, 33-year-old picture, very old. So when we were designing the BrahMos, at that time, I was interacting with the visiting delegation. So BrahMos is basically a joint venture, as I mentioned to you. We have financial, now it's working, yeah. Also, so we have made BrahMos for almost all the platforms. We have made BrahMos for ships. We have made BrahMos for air version. We have made it for the land version. We have also tested it for submarine. So in the Operation Sindoor, we have used Sukhoi 30 as a platform to launch attack of BrahMos missile. Here I want to tell you that government of India has never claimed, we have never, in the press release, we have never spoken that we have released BrahMos against the Pakistan. But Pakistan President, Pakistan Prime Minister Sharif, he has told many places that India has used BrahMos against us. In fact, in BrahMos, we consider जो पाकिस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर है ना शरीफ साहब, वो हमारे ब्रांड एम्बेसडर हैं. वो बोलते रहते हैं हर जगह कि हमारा बहुत नुकसान किया इंडिया ने, BrahMos मिसाइल ने. तो वी कंसिडर एज अवर ब्रांड एम्बेसडर. तो शरीफ साहब कहते हैं कि BrahMos यूज़ हुई, तो हम लोग भी कहते हैं ठीक है यूज़ हुई. लेकिन हमारे जो रक्षा मंत्री हैं उन्होंने 2 बार कहा. एक बार कहा कि जब से ऑपरेशन सिंदूर हुआ है तब से 13-14 देश BrahMos खरीदना चाहते हैं. तो एक तो वो हुआ. फिर उसके बाद हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने भी कई बार कहा कि BrahMos मिसाइल ने बहुत इफ़ेक्टिव तरीके से पाकिस्तान को न्यूट्रलाइज़ किया. तो हम ऐसा गेस कर सकते हैं. मैं आपको इतनी लंबी बातें इसलिए कह रहा हूँ कि कल आप मीडिया में ये मत बोल दीजिएगा कि सुधीर मिश्रा ने बोला कि BrahMos यूज़ हुई. तो मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ, ये सिर्फ इंडिकेशंस हैं जो मैं आपको रिट्रेट कर रहा हूँ. तो जब हमने BrahMos यूज़ करी बताते हैं ये लोग, तो BrahMos कैसे इंटीग्रेट हुई सुखोई 30 पर. ये जो इंटीग्रेशन है ये मैंने अपने टेन्योर में किया था, सुखोई 30 के ऊपर इंटीग्रेशन BrahMos का. तो BrahMos जो है वो बेसिकली 2.9 टन यानी कि 2900 किलोग्राम हैवी मिसाइल थी. तो हमको इसको पहले तो वेट रिड्यूस करना पड़ा, क्योंकि जितना कम वेट जाएगा एयर में उतना अच्छा है. आप लोगों का एक्सपीरियंस होगा कि जब भी आप इवन 1 किलोग्राम लेके जाते हैं तो जो रिसेप्शनिस्ट जो आपकी टिकट आपको बोर्डिंग कार्ड देती है तो वो बोलती है कि निकालो. तो हमने तो लगभग 800 किलोग्राम वजन इसका कम किया. तो सबसे पहले तो मिसाइल का वजन. दूसरा, हमने एयरक्राफ्ट को मॉडिफाई किया. सुखोई 30 में सिर्फ एक हार्ड पॉइंट था, तो एक और हार्ड पॉइंट इंट्रोड्यूस करना पड़ा. हार्ड पॉइंट इंट्रोड्यूस करने का मतलब होता है कि एयरक्राफ्ट के अंदर सिस्टम को मॉडिफाई करना. आप जो देखते हैं सुखोई 30 कोई भी एयरक्राफ्ट आप देखते हैं तो वो एयरक्राफ्ट बाहर से जो दिखता है वो सिर्फ उसकी स्किन होती है, और जो मॉडिफाई करना होता है वो उसके अंदर का स्ट्रक्चर होता है। यानी कि जैसे हम ह्यूमन बीइंग्स हैं तो हमारी स्किन है, तो आपको चेंज, अगर हमको स्ट्रेंथन है करना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा, हमारे को पहले ऑपरेशन कट करके और जो बोन्स हैं उनको स्ट्रेंथन करना पड़ेगा। तो हमने वो स्ट्रक्चर को स्ट्रेंथन किया, एक और पॉइंट इंट्रोड्यूस किया। उसके बाद एयरक्राफ्ट को फिर से सर्टिफाई करना पड़ता है, सर्टिफाई करना पड़ता है। उसके बाद फिर उसको सर्टिफाई करने में लगभग 3-4 साल लगते हैं। यानी अगर आपने एयरक्राफ्ट को चेंज किया तो सर्टिफाई करना पड़ेगा, तो ये किया, सर्टिफाई किया। और थर्ड, हमने उसका लॉन्चर बनाया जो वर्ल्ड का बिगेस्ट लॉन्चर था एट दैट टाइम। तो ये 3 चेंजेस किए। और उसके बाद एक और इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग था कि जो एयरक्राफ्ट होता है उसमें आप को जब कोई वेपन रिलीज करना पड़ता है तो उसकी जो स्क्रीन होती हैं, आपने देखी ना स्क्रीन्स, तो उन स्क्रीन्स को देख के आप वेपन रिलीज करते हैं। अब अगर आपको अपनी स्क्रीन उसके पायलट के सामने प्रेजेंट करनी है तो उसकी जो कम्युनिकेशन बस है, जो स्क्रीन मैनेजमेंट है, वो सब चेंज करना पड़ेगा। तो हम लोगों ने, हमारे पास सुखोई 30 चूँकि हम बनाते हैं इंडिया के अंदर, तो हमारे पास एक सॉफ्टवेयर डिज़ाइन इंस्टीट्यूट है, तो उन्होंने वो स्क्रीन के ऊपर हमारी ब्रह्मोस की स्क्रीन भी लेके आए, इंट्रोड्यूस करी। फिर उसके बाद ऑपरेटर को वेपन रिलीज़ करने के लिए फिर कम्युनिकेशन देने के बाद उसको वो भी फैसिलिटी प्रोवाइड करी। इसका मतलब ये है कि हमने पूरा का पूरा एयरक्राफ्ट का जो कमांड, कंट्रोल, कम्युनिकेशन, इंटेलिजेंस, वो सब चेंज कर दिया और ब्रह्मोस रिलीज़ करी। इन सब को करने में लगभग हमको 8-9 साल लगे, पूरा सिस्टम चेंज करने में। बहुत पैसे भी बहुत सारे लगे। और लेकिन हुआ ये कि ये जो सक्सेसफुल काम हुआ तो उसके बाद ये आप वीडियो देखेंगे तो आपको लगेगा कि किया क्या है और हुआ क्या है। तो जैसा कि आप देख रहे हैं, एयरक्राफ्ट सुखोई 30 ने रिलीज़ किया और तो अभी बूस्टर रिलीज़ होगा और ये टारगेट था। तो सुपरसोनिक का मतलब होता है कि ध्वनि की गति से ज़्यादा। तो इस मिसाइल की जो स्पीड है, इट इज़ 3 times more than the speed of sound। जब ज़्यादा स्पीड होती है तो उसके एडवांटेज होते हैं। एडवांटेज, फर्स्ट एडवांटेज ये है कि जो एनिमी का एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम होता है वो उसको डिस्ट्रॉय नहीं कर सकता है, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, योर एनिमी इज टेकन बाय सरप्राइज। नंबर 3, जो डैमेज होता है, चूंकि इसकी सुपरसोनिक स्पीड है, तो जो एक तो वॉरहेड है उसके अंदर, उसके बाद जो भी मेटल है उसकी स्पीड है, तो डैमेज इज़ ऑलवेज मोर। तो ये जो था, ये तो एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल टारगेट है और एक्सपेरिमेंटल टारगेट हमको डुबोना नहीं है, क्योंकि अगर हम डुबो देंगे तो हमको फिर से ये इसकी कीमत देनी पड़ेगी। इसलिए आपने देखा वो बीच में जाके उसने हिट किया, हमने उसको फिर से रिपेयर कर लिया और उसको फिर से रीयूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो इस तरीके से आप इंडियन ओशन में, बे ऑफ बंगाल में और अरेबियन सी में आप सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं। मैं आपको थोड़ा सा फिर से बताऊंगा। और ये लैंड सिस्टम का है। तो इसमें लैंड सिस्टम में अभी आप देखेंगे वीडियो में, ये सुखोई 30 है। सुखोई 30 से मिसाइल रिलीज़ हुई। रिलीज़ होने के बाद सबसे पहले जो नोज़ल होता है वो इजेक्ट होगा। नोज़ल इजेक्ट हुआ, अब बूस्टर शुरू हुआ और वो जो नीचे देख रहे हैं वो टारगेट है। तो ये इस टारगेट को जाके हिट किया। इसमें वॉरहेड नहीं था, इस मिसाइल में हमने वॉरहेड नहीं लगाया था। और जो एक्यूरेसी है वो सब मीटर एक्यूरेसी है, यानी कि 1 मीटर से भी कम एक्यूरेसी है। नाउ इसके फ़ायदे क्या हैं ये बताना ज़रूरी है। फ़ायदे ये हैं कि सुखोई 30 की रेंज है 3,400 किलोमीटर, यानी आप 1,700 किलोमीटर जा सकते हैं, मिसाइल लॉन्च कर सकते हैं, फिर वापस आ सकते हैं। तो मिसाइल की रेंज है 300 किलोमीटर्स एंड अबव, यानी कि 2,000 किलोमीटर्स दूर जो भी टारगेट हैं तो वो आप थ्रेटन कर सकते हैं। अगर सुखोई 30 को हमने रिफ्यूल किया, हवा में रिफ्यूलिंग करते हैं ना टैंकर्स, आपने देखा होगा, तो जाते समय रिफ्यूलिंग कर दीजिए, आते समय रिफ्यूलिंग कर दीजिए, तो इसकी तो रेंज 6-7 हज़ार किलोमीटर हो गई। 6-7 हज़ार किलोमीटर हो गई, यानी कि आप पूरा अफ्रीका, पार्ट ऑफ यूरोप, पूरा चीन, हाफ ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया, वो सब पूरा कवर करते हैं। अच्छा, और कवर करने का मतलब ये होता है कि जब आप किसी को ऑफेंस कर सकते हैं मतलब थ्रेटन कर सकते हैं, यानी कि आप अपने आप को डिफेंड भी कर सकते हैं। आप कह रहे हैं, ये मैसेज कन्वे कर रहे हैं कि अगर हमारे ऊपर आप अटैक करेंगे तो हम आपको 4-5-6 हज़ार किलोमीटर तक भी नहीं छोड़ेंगे, वहाँ तक जाके आपके ऊपर अटैक करेंगे। तो ये जो कुछ थोड़ा सा नेक्स्ट करिए, क्लोज करके, नेक्स्ट। तो ये पिक्चर तो आप लोगों ने भी देखे होंगे कि पहले क्या था, बाद में क्या हुआ। मुरीद एयरबेस में, नूर खान एयरबेस में पहले क्या था और उसके बाद में क्या हुआ, वो उसमें पिक्चर दिख रहा है, कंपैरिजन हम बता रहे हैं। पाकिस्तान ने आज तक कोई ऐसा पिक्चर हमको नहीं दिखाया जिसमें वो बता सकें कि उन्होंने हमारे ऊपर डैमेज किया है। हम तो पिक्चर के साथ बता रहे हैं। नाउ इसमें पाकिस्तान के पास जो अवेक्स एयरक्राफ्ट थे, अवेक्स एयरक्राफ्ट की कीमत होती है 300-400 मिलियन US डॉलर्स, यानी कि लगभग 3,000-4,000 करोड़ रुपए का एक बनता है। तो हमने देखा कि हमने इनके अवेक्स एयरक्राफ्ट ख़त्म किए, उसके बाद हमने उनके कई F-16 भी डैमेज किए, और जो उनका न्यूक्लियर कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर था वो भी डिस्ट्रॉय किया। और इसके अलावा जो 13 बेसिस थे, तो उन 13 बेसिस में जो भी एयरफील्ड थी उनको डिसेबल कर दिया। फिर उसके बाद जो भी उनके जो रडार्स थे, जो भी इम्पोर्टेंट असेट्स थे, तो वो भी डैमेज किए। तो उन सब के बाद जब पाकिस्तान के जो भी होते हैं ना, डायरेक्टर जनरल होते हैं जो आपस में एक दूसरे से बात करते हैं, तो उन्होंने हमारे जो फोर्सेस हैं उनको फ़ोन करके कहा कि हम ये वॉर ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं। तो हम लोग भी एग्री हो गए, ठीक है, ख़त्म करना चाहते हैं, ख़त्म कर देंगे। लेकिन हमने जो है जब पाकिस्तान के ऊपर अटैक किया था तो स्कैल्प यूज़ किया, रैम्पेज यूज़ किया, क्रिस्टम मेज़ यूज़ किया, हैमर यूज़ किया, ये मिसाइल सारे के सारे यूज़ करे। और पाकिस्तान के प्राइम मिनिस्टर शहबाज शरीफ बोलते हैं कि आपने ब्रह्मोस भी यूज़ करी। तो ये जो आप देख रहे हैं ये ब्रह्मोस की रीच है, और बहुत सारी रीच हम इसलिए नहीं बताते हैं कि दुश्मन को थोड़ा सरप्राइज़ भी मिलना चाहिए। तो ये ब्रह्मोस एयर वर्शन हमारे देश को सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है। और इसके अलावा अब हमारा उद्देश्य क्या है? हमारा उद्देश्य है कि हम मेक इन इंडिया करके 5 ट्रिलियन इकोनॉमी बनाएं जल्दी से जल्दी, और उसमें डिफेंस का क्या योगदान होगा? वो योगदान होगा कि हम लगभग 35,000 करोड़ का एक्सपोर्ट करें, और उसके लिए हमने बहुत सारे एक्शन लिए हुए हैं। फिर उसके बाद हम क्या क्या एक्सपोर्ट कर पाएंगे इस साल 5 बिलियन के, तो वो हमने बताए हुए हैं, और समय सीमा है। जय हिंद, धन्यवाद।
पॉज कर दिए।
आप कुछ क्वेश्चन ले रहे हैं? नहीं
सर देखते हैं, बच्चे से पूछते हैं। मैम कुछ क्वेश्चन बच्चे सर जी कर दिए।
Hello. If anybody wants to ask any questions regarding the presentation, they are all welcome. They can raise hands. Yeah.
Sir, thank you for literally very informative session you have just given right now. Sir, my question is that you have shown how the missile has targeted the ship and how it has targeted the base land. But if we talk about a moving aircraft, we have to destroy a moving aircraft, opposition, I mean, Pakistan's or our, so what is the precision that that particular missile will hit that aircraft?
BrahMos missile is basically land attack and ship attack missile. It is not anti-aircraft missile, but there are anti-aircraft missiles like Akash, LRSAM and MRSAM. So in this, usually what happens, the missile is launched, there is a solid propulsion, and the speed of the missile is close to 8-9 Mach, means 8-9 times speed of the sound. And the thumb rule is the speed of the missile is usually more than 3 times the speed of aircraft. So the missile goes towards the aircraft, and then we have seeker. What happens, every missile and every target, they have the different characteristics. So some missiles are having RF seeker, some are having you can say there is a thermal signature of the aircraft. So you chase the engine exhaust. So you chase is by taking the signature of the aircraft. So some are having radiation, anti-radiation seekers. So there are different type of seekers are there against the aircraft. Now this LRSAM and MRSAM, both missiles which were used to target Pakistani aircrafts, so they were using RF seekers.
Okay, sir.
RF seeker. So RF seeker, what does it do? It receives the signal. There is a small radar in the aircraft.
Okay.
It receives the signal,
Yeah.
and it goes again against the target. And this keep on happening till this distance becomes the 0.
Okay, sir.
So then it explodes and destroys the
Aircraft. Yeah, yeah.
So there are different kind of missiles for against tank, against land target, against ship, against submarine, against aircraft, against drones. It's a very big theory, difficult to go
Yes, sir. Yes,
deeper into it
Yes, sir.
in this forum.
But sir, really, I really understood what is the exact scenario and what is happening. So the talk is very good.
I suggest there is a small, video available on the YouTube. There used to be a movie called Behind Enemy Lines. Behind Enemy Lines. So in the Behind Enemy Lines, there is about 2 minutes of video which tells how the missile chases aircraft. Actually, this 2 minute is it's a very long time. It is done for the sake of audience
Yeah,
happiness
to
and
understand.
excitement.
Yeah, to understand.
But
them.
it takes only about 4 to 6 seconds. 8 seconds
Yes,
to
sir.
destroy aircraft.
Yes, sir.
So you can see there.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Hello.
Good afternoon, sir. Actually, sir, we are building a SON-enabled drone system that can help defense systems for the short-range combat. Basically, the drone is in the hierarchical form, and we are on the researching part. And so, sir, I am asking a question that how can we connect to the DRDO that because this project is related to the defense, and we need to develop the drones in the high specific efficiency, and the drones we are on research that are coded in anti radar system technology also.
You don't need to connect to DRDO.
Yes.
You see, if you go to the Ministry of Defense website,
Yes, sir.
there is a drop-down menu for IDEX.
Yes, sir.
IDEX. So you have to apply to the IDEX for funding, or you can also apply. They every year they conduct a competition called some Aditi, I think Aditi they call it. So you can participate in that, and if you are a winner, they will give you funding, and they also will buy your product in numbers. So you have to go to Department of Defense Production website, look for IDEX and read it. There is a complete procedure given there.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. It was so wonderful. I feel myself, like rare opportunity to listen you.
Thank you.
Such a detail for, I would not be having any opportunity to listen like that. I would like to know, is there any possibility that I belong from Nepal, another country, right? So is there any opportunity that we can also participate in research portion of this UAV and drone and those things? The first one is that one. And the second, how does the process goes on here for academic research purpose getting those approvals? Like UAV means it's again sensitive, like in our country, I think we don't have those provisions easily. We don't get, and it will take very longer time, and by the time a student will graduate, so no chance of doing research on this particular sensitive thing. So how does it handled here? Thank you.
India is having very thriving research ecosystem. So if you want to do the research in the field of UAV, other than government, there are many private companies, and you can connect to them. There are about 400 companies who are working in the research and development of drones, UAV. So you can talk to any one of them. They will be very happy to, connect with you. The reason is they will look for the market in Nepal for surveillance, reconnaissance, for agriculture and other civil applications. So they will be very happy. If you want research at the government level, then it has to be done through the government structure. So maybe your foreign ministry has to talk to our foreign ministry, and they have a structure in place. So under that structure, they will connect you to certain laboratory. Then there will be funding. Nepal is our brother country. So I don't think there will be any problem in funding the research, but it has to come through the government structure. So you can connect through foreign ministry, you can connect through science and technology, you can also connect through defense, but it will be done at the ministerial level. Yeah, Delhi. So the Kathmandu has to talk to Delhi. So only then it is possible. Otherwise, when it comes to university research, then I don't think there is any problem. It can be done. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I would like everybody, all the dignitaries, to please accompany us for the lunch. They can all get moving for the lunch. Lunch has been served. Thanks a lot, everyone. The next session will start in a bit. Till then, we can all proceed with the lunch. Thanks. Thank you all.
Hello. Am I audible? Can I start? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you for being here. My name is Praveen Kumar Pamasani. Today, I wanted to share a real story, not just about cyber attack, but about leadership decision making and teamwork under pressure. So we had a ransomware attack on 2023 Dallas. So I wanted to talk about a real scenario, what happened and how we reacted. Just explains you a little bit about the leadership activities and what are the technical options we have followed. Yeah, so in May 2023, the city of Dallas faced a ransomware attack that could have shut down vital services for weeks, maybe months. Instead, with the right choices and innovative approaches, we turned the situation around. This presentation will walk you through what happened, how leadership shaped the response, the challenges we faced, the solutions we built, and the lessons we can all take forward. Think of it as a case study in leading during crisis. So the timeline of the attack. So the attack began on May 3rd, 2023. The Royal ransomware group managed to infiltrate the city's systems. So very quickly we noticed unusual behavior across servers. And within hours, it became clear we were under attack. When you are in the moment, the clock is ticking, every hour matters. So every wrong move can make things worse. Leadership stepped in immediately, prioritizing containment over convenience. So attackers, let me explain a little bit about cybersecurity ransomware. So what the cybersecurity is, attackers sneak into your computer systems, they copy all your files and they lock your files so that you won't be able to use it. It's like putting a padlock on all the city's files, cabinets overnight. So nobody has access and you cannot do anything with those files. So the ransomware encrypts files and demands payment. If you don't stop it quickly, it spreads and locks down everything. That's why time is so critical. Systems affected. So the impact was severe. Police and fire services were disrupted. Imagine the panic. When 911 systems or police databases are even partially affected, public trust is shaken. Critical city services had to switch to manual process. Like even for the 911, if they have to take a call, they have to note down in the notebook because the systems are not working. Staff were writing things down on the paper. You realize how dependent modern cities are on technologies when suddenly the technology isn't there. So data impact. More than 26,000 people had their personal information exposed. That's not just a number, that's families, employees, citizens who trust we have to protect. And here is where leadership matters. The decision was made early on, the transparency would be part of the recovery. Even if we couldn't share everything, people deserve to know what was happening and the steps we have been taking to protect them. And what was the initial response? So within hours, the city of Dallas isolated affected systems. That meant taking many of the systems offline. Painful but necessary. They reached out to federal partners like FBI and vendors such as CrowdStrike to bring in expertise. Leadership approved emergency fund almost immediately 8.5 million for recovery. So these decisions weren't just about fixing servers, they were about protecting lives, services, and trust. So leadership role in crisis management. This is where the story shifts from technology to leadership. Three big choices define the responses. So first one is decision making. So public safety first. Even if it meant downtime in less critical areas, we have to shut down those servers immediately so that it won't infiltrate the rest of the servers and take down entire city. And the second thing is communication. So we have to share updates carefully, but avoid giving away too much information that might help attackers. And we have to manually update them what was happening. Resource allocation. So we have to invest fast in recovery rather than delaying. So we have to do all the servers that have been affected. We have to get the inventory, make sure we have to divide the priority of the production and non-production servers, and then we have to recover immediately since the time is ticking. Each of these had trade-offs, but in a crisis, leadership is about making the best choice with information you have. So critical actions by leadership. I want to highlight a few specific actions. ITS team disconnected systems within hours. So collaboration with FBI and external vendors started immediately. So we had to provide the forensics and show them what happened, how the systems were affected, and what was the README files from the ransomware attack. Citizens were notified and offered credit monitoring. So we have provided a free credit monitoring even before all the answers were clear. So we don't know how far the effect was, but we have to protect our citizens. So we have to provide a free credit monitoring for them so they can monitor their credits so nobody can hack into their credit accounts or SSNs. The last point is important. Transparency builds trust, even when you don't have the full picture yet. So challenges faced. We discovered how underinvestment in IT had left the city vulnerable. Old systems, legacy hardware, they made the attack worse. Public trust was another challenge. Citizens didn't understand why there were quick answers. The truth is, during an innovation, you can't reveal everything. The tension was real. And finally, the human challenge. Staff were stretched thin, balancing emergency services with IT recovery put people under enormous stress. So, lessons learned, what we have learned. First, proactive investment. Waiting until after an attack to found cybersecurity is too late. So, we have to invest upfront on the systems, tools, and we have to make sure we have a cyber recovery team is ready to implement immediately when something happened. Second, clear communication. Even if it's limited, explain what you can and keep explaining regularly so you can keep trust with the citizens that are affected so they know what's going on. Third, strategic balance. You can't just fix what was broken. You also need to plan upgrades and that will prevent the next attack, like patching everything. My role and decisions, what I have played a role here. So now let me share my role in this response. I led the development of what we called Unified AI Command Console. Think of it as a central hub where all threat intelligence, recovery metrics, and system status come together. We added automated anomaly detection using machine learning. So suspicious activities could be caught instantly. And we built automated recovery workflows. This reduced manual work by 87% and cut recovery time from weeks down to days. Multi-AI integration framework. This wasn't just one tool, it was a combination of 3 AI platforms. So we have Darktrace, Microsoft Sentinel, and Rubrik Security Cloud. The Darktrace for behavioral AI, it learns what normal looks like and flags deviations. Microsoft Sentinel for correlation and automation, pulling data together and running playbooks automatically. Rubrik Security Cloud for immerse recovery, backups that ransom can't touch with fast automated restore. By connecting these, we created a system where detection to action took under 15 minutes during the crisis, the faster than a human could possibly react. Challenges we overcome. Even with AI, the reality was tough. We didn't have enough hardware, so we created virtual recovery environments. Staff were exhausted, so we built a 24/7 rotation system to keep going. Executives needed assurances, so we built dashboards with hourly updates. Documentation was falling behind, so we used AI to capture recovery steps in real time. This was the moment I realized technology alone isn't enough. You need organizational resilience and leadership to carry people through. So, outcomes and impact. So, the results spoke for themselves. 1500 plus servers recovered in 8 days. Normally, this would take 3 weeks or more. 4.3 million saved by avoiding ransom payments and speeding up recovery. So, we haven't paid a single penny to the bad actors. So the framework was later adopted by 19 other cities, providing it wasn't just one-time fix. CISA recognized Dallas as a national model for municipal city incident response. This showed that out of crisis, we build something lasting. Conclusion. To close, let me leave you with this thought. Leadership in crisis isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared, adaptable, and decisive. In Dallas, leadership turned a disaster into a controlled incident, and that's the difference between failure and resilience. The call to action for all of us: don't wait. Invest in cybersecurity now and train your leaders not just to manage technology, but to lead people through digital crisis. Thank you. If you have any questions, I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful presentation. If anybody has any doubts or any questions regarding the presentation, it is open. I don't think anybody has any doubts. Thank you so much, sir, for joining. It has been a great pleasure listening from you.
Thank you. Thank you all. Okay. I'll check on that. Yeah.
Okay. Listen, everyone. So the another expert who is going to join us is from Oracle. He is a senior consultant of Oracle. His name is Krishna C. Gonugunta, and he works in Nevada Department of Corrections in USA. Basically, he is currently serving as a lead DBA at Nevada Department of Connections. Basically, he is a consultant in a very big fintech company, which is Oracle. I think everybody has heard the name of Oracle, the company. So he's a very learned guy, and I think everybody will be very pleased to listen to him. So as soon as I think, yeah, sir has joined. So please greet him with a great round of applause. I don't think he can listen, but yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Hello all. Can you hear me? Okay, first of all, good afternoon all, and thank you for joining, letting me speak in this conference. So today I'm trying to present the Oracle Analytics leveraging Oracle Cloud in higher education. Um, the subtopic would be transformer institution with powerful analytics and cloud solutions designed specifically for the unique challenges of higher education. So what are the challenges that we face in the higher education sector today? Right? Rising expectations, administrative complexity, data-driven decisions, and so on. So students in today's world are demanding personalized, seamless academic experiences from across all touch points from the application point to until graduation. So, and there is a lot of administrative complexity like financial aid, enrollment, and operational procedures that require greater efficiency to manage increasing regulatory requirements. And Oracle Cloud, it's like a unified platform for higher education, like comprehensive. It provides a comprehensive end-to-end solution, like complete cloud services spanning entire student life cycle, finance, HR, research functions, AI-driven student information systems that reflect critical process from admissions to graduation, enterprise-grade security, protecting sensitive institutional and student data. Oracle Cloud basically eliminates silos by integrating previously disconnected systems into a cohesive ecosystem. So with utilizing this Oracle Analytics, we can get real-time insights, um, like monitor enrollment trends, degree progress, and identify tricks students before they fall behind. And personalized engagement by targeted communications through integrated CRM tools to boost student success rates, and also streamline financial aid where you automate aid management with personalized packages which are tailored to individual student needs. So basically, Oracle Analytics institutions, it empowers the institutions to create data-driven student experiences that boost satisfaction and completion rates. It also effectively streamlines the institutional operations, like you have unified systems, digital assistance, and financial planning. So when I say unified systems, the cloud ERP and HCM, they automate finance, HR, and budgeting process, reducing manual work by up to 65%. And in financial planning, we have scenario modeling tools that enhance institutional resilience through better forecasting and budget optimization. Digital assistance provides 24/7 support for routine inquiries, allowing staff to focus on high-value activities. So it also accelerates research and innovation with the utilization of high-performance computing, data science tools, and real-world impact. So Oracle Cloud's scalable infrastructure powers complex research projects with on-demand computing resources, which means that you have it when you need it, and you don't need it when you don't need it. So data science tool trusted machine learning capabilities enabled uh, breakthrough discoveries across disciplines. And the real world impact would be like universities leverage cloud to accelerate drug discovery and climate modeling research. A simple example would be Stanford University. Researchers reduced genomic sequencing analysis time from weeks to hours using Oracle's high performance cloud infrastructure. Customer Spotlight is University of Tennessee and Baylor University. One is based in Tennessee in the US and one is in Texas. Um, so they both utilize this one. So let me tell you. University of Tennessee integrated HR, finance, and budget with Oracle Cloud, resulting in 90% reduction in manual process, real-time financial visibility, and oh, it seems that my screen is not being shared. Let me just quickly. So for the Baylor University, they unified disparate systems to Oracle Cloud to redirect 3.4 million annually from IT maintenance to classrooms, enhance research capabilities through better data access, acceleration making with integrated analytics. So driving data-driven decisions campus-wide, like institutions using organized report report, 15% average improvement in retention rates, increased graduation rates through early interventions, higher student satisfaction through personalized support. Strategic planning benefits include leadership teams leverage Oracle Analytics to optimize program portfolios based on market demand, prioritize capital investments with greatest ROI, allocate resources to highest impact student initiatives. So, preparing for the future AI and cloud innovations, you stay ahead with Oracle. Um, Oracle AI World, continuous innovation, Oracle guided learning. So, by partnering with Oracle, institutions invest in a future-proof platform that evolves with emerging education challenges and capabilities. So, empowering higher education with Oracle Analytics Cloud, you get students access, operational excellence, and research breakthrough, um, which drives higher retention, graduation rates, streamlining administration, reduce costs, and acceleration innovation and discovery with powerful computing and resources and advanced analytical capabilities. So yeah, that's about me and my paper. So yeah, that's about it. And thank you for the opportunity given to me.
Just ask if anybody has any question regarding. Anybody has any question regarding the topic?
Thank you very much.